All right, vendors, it's 9 o'clock. Store's going to be open. We're going to start walking through.
All righty, so welcome to the Sportsman Show. It's an annual event here at the Kallet in Oneida, and I will give you a tour.
I work every day. Problem is, we're down 3 people. I got Rich Davenport once.
Vendors, can I have your attention real quick?
Legislative Assembly appointment. Where do you live?
Wow, you have a lot of nice decoys. Alrighty, so this is what kind of snake? Oh, it's a very pretty snake. I'd like to see that's the Eastern Diamondback down the middle. There's a story called Buzztail, and it was about an Eastern Diamondback. Have you ever heard of that story? Robert M. McClung is the author.
This guy popped. I didn't get any video.
Yeah, that's who wrote the book. I used to check it out in the library a lot when I was in the elementary school. Oh, can you bring her a Buzztail out and show her on the camera?
I'll take her up and get her out. Yeah, she's a handful. This is not a Western Diamondback. This is a Western hognose. Western hognose. Kind of some terrestrial. I got the baby out there. She's a good bird. Yep. Western hognose are kind of the rattlesnake of fish. Out in the desert, if you ran into this, you couldn't even tell the difference. It shakes its tail, makes a hissing noise with its mouth, and coils right up just like a rattlesnake. The pattern even looks like a rattlesnake. And if you look at the tail even kind of, if you weren't paying close attention, it almost looks like it has rattles. Yep, they're very, very laid back. What's that? Western hognose. Yep. Found in New Mexico.
Vibrating machine that you tamper down.
Yeah.
Construction uses them.
Yeah.
You hooked it up, making the donuts come out.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of snakes? What kind of snakes?
Boa constrictor.
Oh yeah.
In Florida, they got a big problem.
Burmese pythons.
Yeah.
That's the big problem.
That's that one.
Yeah.
Yellow.
Yeah. They
Here it is.
people bought them as pets and then they let them go.
Huh?
That particular snake right there, he just turned to feed. People bought them.
So are there some trout in here? Oh, they are pretty. What kind of trout are these? Oh, wow. Nice. These guys are making some flies for some flyback fishing.
We bought this canoe back here.
That is a nice canoe.
Fisherman it is.
So this is a meet and greet with a whole bunch of authors. Okay, so I would like to definitely try some here.
Can I have your attention, please? Can I ask everyone to please stand and remove your hats? Holy Cross will be singing the national anthem.
Caitlin Bruns, a seventh grader, Genevieve Comer, junior, and our senior, Susie Judge. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight was the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare that once bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Nice job, girls. Very nice.
So we're tying them into one. So they get both their saloon and but that is Susie's favorite, and if you lose the bear, she might start crying. Then in the arms of some other children. Susie's just gonna hand it over and then just like, whoops. Oopsies. Didn't mean for that to happen.
I'd say the Swiss is my favorite so far.
Hello, Catherine. We need styling over here.
Well, there you have a lot of good samples. Hi, how are you doing? How are you? Good. So can you tell me a little bit about the Moby Dick charters? What do you need to know? How much is it to go? All right. Where do they go? Where's that? Lots of very good refreshments that are being sold here. Raffle tickets, raise money. And here is the menu. This is the actual fishing pool. You can catch some trout in here.
Don't touch those, please.
How old is this one?
It's
here?
real old.
How old is this one?
Real old.
So what kind is this one here?
That's an Eastern Diamondback rattlesnake.
Nice. So this is a boa constrictor. Some turtles. You're a big snake. You're an Eastern Diamondback.
So the guy that
Okay, now this Eastern Diamondback is moving. This is the one I was talking about earlier, the book Buzztail. It's an Eastern Diamondback rattlesnake. And I used to check it out at the library quite a few times when I was in the elementary school. And I'll bring you back here to the rattles. And there's the rattles.
Terry asked me to do a short session on poaching fish. So I'm going to be the expert on poaching fish. Come on over, we'll talk about it. My name is Steve Welko. I'm a pro staff member of Iron Skillet Seasonings. I love to eat and catch pickerel, so a lot of the stuff that I'm doing is made with pickerel. I do have recipes for the stuff that I'm going to talk about, but let's get started and talk about some of the things you can do with poaching fish. Nope, it's not going to go forward. All right. I could have said boiling fish, but that wouldn't get your attention. And I figured poaching fish, everybody's going to say, "Wow, he's a fish poacher," and I am. I love to poach fish, along with frying it and baking it and grilling it and doing a whole bunch of other things with fish. But this is one day's take of pickerel. I am a pickerel fisherman. I love pickerel, the best tasting fish in the lake. I can have it boneless in less than 2 minutes. So if you know where the Y bones are, where the pin bones are, you can fillet that pickerel really quick, and it's a very tasty white meat. So this is just one day, opening day of walleye season. I get to take the pickerel. The other guys don't take the walleye. I prefer the pickerel over the walleye. All right. Next one. Next one. Okay. All right. This is how I store my fish. A lot of you guys will do a vacuum seal of the fish. I am cheap and don't do the vacuum storage. I'll use a freezer bag like this, and in the freezer bag I will put water. Now I made this fish about a month ago. If you notice the date on the bag, it was back from 2018. It was in the bottom of the freezer, and I had to clean the freezer out, and I found this bag of pickerel that was boneless from 2018. And when it thawed out, it was as fresh as the day that I caught it. Okay? So when you're poaching fish, the easiest way to do it is to go ahead and boil it. But just don't boil it in plain water, because it's not going to have much flavor to it. So there's a whole bunch of spices that you can add to it. Anywhere from Old Bay. I use a lot of iron skillet seasonings. So he has a Mediterranean fish seasoning, a redneck fish seasoning, and he's got a lemon pepper fish seasoning. So depending on what you want your fish to taste like or what you're going to use it for, you'll get used to picking a spice that complements the dish you're going to be making. But one of the most important things is don't forget to add the salt to the water. It should be salty water, probably about 1 teaspoon per quart of water that you put in there when you're boiling it. So, okay, so the easiest dish that everybody cuts their teeth on is four-man shrimp. Four-man shrimp is nothing more than a fillet of fish. Usually they make them out of perch. I do them out of pickerel. You go ahead and you boil it. How long do you boil it? Well, the fish has a built-in thermometer. It'll float to the top when it's done. And when you touch it, it will break apart. So you know it's done at that point. Add the seasonings to the water, boil it, make a cocktail sauce, and it will taste very close to shrimp. Now, one of the advantages of doing four-man shrimp is if somebody is allergic to shellfish, they can still eat this, and it tastes very close to shrimp. So if you know anybody that's allergic to shrimp or crab, this is an alternative for them. Go ahead. Fish tacos is always a go-to. Any fish you have left over, you can boil it up. You can add some of the seasonings. This one was probably done with the redneck seasoning. And go ahead and add some coleslaw to it. Slice in a tomato and add some tartar sauce, and it with cheese, and it's a quick meal without much cooking that's necessary. Go ahead. Some, something that nobody ever thinks of is you can make fish salad like you would tuna fish. So you can go ahead and boil the fish up, go ahead and chop it up like this. Go ahead. Next one. Add some onions and celery and mayonnaise to it. Add some extra spices to it, and you will have a wonderful fish salad. It will not be as fishy tasting as tuna fish in a can, so it will have a real nice delicate flavor to it. Great way to use leftover fish, and you can go ahead and boil up any of the fishes, whether you have a perch, pickerel, or sunfish. Go ahead, and you end up with. Go ahead. End up with a great fish sandwich. I didn't think anything of this. Somebody said, well, that's a brilliant idea. It was something that I always used to do. It is a delicious sandwich. Go ahead. Some of the things you can also do is you can make crab cake. And I have a recipe I'll show you in a minute for crab cake. But it's taking the poached fish, which is already cooked now, adding an egg, adding some breadcrumbs. You can add mayonnaise or an egg for a binder to hold it together, and then go ahead and fry it on some butter. It used to be really neat when they had the tuna fish cans that you could pick both ends off, the top and the bottom. You can't do that anymore. So it used to be a nice ring to hold the crab cake in, and it looked really nice. So what I have done is I have taken a slice of pepper or a slice of onion and used that as the shell to put the crab cake in. In this case, I put it into a sliced red pepper. And it comes out really good. It's very impressive. You can impress people with it, and it's a quick meal. Go ahead. I have some recipes. If you stop by the Outdoorsman Hall of Fame booth over there, this is the one I'm in today. I can give you all of the fish recipes that I'm talking about today. But the very simple one is, it has things like egg, Ritz crackers, yellow mustard, lemon juice, fresh parsley, Old Bay seasoning, Worcestershire sauce. It makes a great crab cake. You can either fry it or bake it. It will come out wonderful. Okay. So finally, when you're using poached fish, use your imagination. You can do so many things with fish, with the poached fish. You can do fish Rubens. On rye bread, go ahead and add some coleslaw, some tartar sauce, some cheese, and you have a Reuben sandwich. You can go ahead and make poor man's lobster. Poor man's lobster is a lot like poor man's shrimp, only when you boil it, you don't boil it in water. You boil it in 7-Up or Sprite. So if you boil it in 7-Up or Sprite and you dip it in butter, it will taste very close to lobster. It's a lot cheaper than lobster too. You can poach it in wine. If you get ambitious and you have a lot of white wine out, you can go ahead and poach that fish in wine. It gives it a whole unique flavor. You can really impress people when they're over for dinner. Add it to macaroni and cheese. Just like you have lobster, macaroni, and cheese, you can add this poached fish to macaroni and cheese, and it gives it a really nice dish. Fish scampi, if you're going to do shrimp scampi instead of shrimp, go ahead and put in some of this fish. So poached fish and shrimp scampi, add some butter, add some garlic and olive oil, pour it over some noodles, and you have dinner. Put some either Ritz crackers or breadcrumbs on top, or some Parmesan cheese, and you have a great meal. Fish dip, you can search the internet for a lot of recipes that use fish to make a dip for an event. Super Bowl is coming up, so you could go ahead and make a big fish dip, put it on crackers. You can mix it with cream cheese. You can add spices to it. You can dice it and put jalapenos in with it, and it's a great meal. I said I'd do 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. I am done. I am here if you have any questions about what I talked about. I know we went through it quickly. I'm more than happy to give you the recipes. They are over at the Outdoorsman Hall of Fame booth. Sounds good. Thank you, everybody.
Alrighty, they have some really good hot chocolate here, and they have some really good, real good pork sandwich here. That is really good. The hot chocolate is I look forward to this event every year. It's an annual event held in like the first or second week of February. They have some of the same vendors every year, and sometimes they'll have some new vendors.
We have our next door prize. The winner of this door prize is Jack Marshall. Jack Marshall from Old Forge. Jack, if you're still here, please come to the stage. Jack Marshall.
That was plenty accurate. It's hard to believe they're from the same family. It's just different progression, speed.
Oh, God.
He's killed a year. What?
Can you pet it again? I got a good recording going here. And this is an alligator?
American alligator.
They're the ones you see in Georgia and Florida, right? Can I pet it?
Only two places on the planet you'll find alligators. There and China.
Oh, can I come up and pet it? Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks for coming to the show. Worth it.
Am I in my picture?
Yes.
Now this alligator's big enough to bite, isn't it?
They're all big enough to bite, no matter how old they are. They can bite right out of the egg.
Yeah. I mean, take a person in the water and spin it around.
This one isn't big enough.
All right.
This is
They
the
grow with their tanks on?
no. This is the snake who's placed. Joe goes with the first. Britney Spears snake. Hermes python. Before they can take a hit from that. If you bump into this, big female, 24, food champion. Not you. How old do you suggest it is? I don't know. She just started eating small guys. This is the most popular of all the big snakes. The other three, particularly like definitely top the rock. There's really no difference.
If any of you guys are looking to eat some hot dogs, they're ready. Hot dogs up at the concession stand, they're ready for you.
So how often?
I usually try to some animals are designed like that from time to time. A big rattlesnake maybe once a year. They could, but I usually feed once a month.
I have electrical wiring and all kinds of stuff. All the community events I put up, concerts I put up. When I put a concert up, I put in the disclaimer I don't own copyright to the music played.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, you got to do that, right?
Yeah.
Get in trouble.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a quality assurance supervisor at a fiber optic manufacturer.
Oh, where's that?
Out in Riscony.
Oh,
Yeah. So, nice job.
yep, thank you.
Very cool.
All righty. So, this is the CNY sportsman show, and what are you dressed up for? All righty. All righty. Thank you. And they have some live animals. They have a goat. And they have some turkeys.
This for over 10 years.
Okay.
Right now we have 5 tanks in 3 different classrooms in Camden.
Oh.
3 of them are brook trout, and 2 of them are Atlantic salmon.
Oh. And that's Fish Creek and Forest Park, right?
We do stock them in Forest Park. We also stock some of them in Mad River, right behind the middle school.
Oh.
And that's where these photos are.
Oh.
So it's kind of nice because it's right there bordering the school property. We have some of our club members that go in and pack up the fish in coolers and head down. The first thing we do is we take the kids around and let them turn over rocks and look for
We have another door prize for Don McDougal.
educational
Don
component of
McDougal.
the day.
Please
Seeing
make
what
your
fish
way up to
live.
the stage where all the deer heads are. I have a door prize for you.
And there's a drone coming down right there.
Then you guys did all right down south.
From Four Leaf Custom Calls. His presentation will be on turkey calling tactics and scenarios.
That's cool. Isn't she beautiful?
I have one of these when I was
She can hold his name.
Mommy will not be getting you a free.
Dan, can I hold the big one next?
Amazed when you pull that gator out of him. Yeah. He's cool if I'm cool. Yeah, well, I was good.
Oh, that's good.
This way.
Yeah. Actually, my buddy, the guy said, yeah, I have to do that. Andy, we're walking. I was like, yeah, that's my buddy.
So what is this big one called again?
I want to watch it. She's watching the snakes.
Now, can a snake tell that you like them?
Come out. It's burying itself in that chocolate. Like, I mean, I watch it move in the sand. It actually kind of
Seems like it can tell that it likes snakes.
I see it.
Now, somebody's obviously being mean to a snake, and you can tell that people don't like to go with them.
Let me know when to start the car. She said, I don't know when to start the car. I gotta get Kevin Carter on it.
But how good of a pet would this one be for somebody to have?
Maybe don't lean on it.
Why would it be illegal?
I'm gonna go with him.
Okay. Let's go get Daddy some brownies. Say bye, Snake.
Now, venomous ones are illegal to keep, aren't they? Now, if somebody runs into a venomous one, they should call you and give it to you, right? Now, I wonder if TSA gets any off of airplanes.
Yeah, I see. All right, let's go get Daddy. Say bye, Snake. Don't lean on it. Bye, Snake. No, let's go. Let's go. Here's some brownies.
Think you can hold the rattler pretty soon? I don't know. I'm down to about 10 more minutes of battery. This show, I'll just title it CNY Sports Show 2023. So you can find it easily on my YouTube and Facebook.
Snakes over there. There's a little
My camera's recording.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
We have a Dean Northcutt. Dean Northcutt, if you're here, please come up to the stage.
Say hello to Boo.
We also have a Sony 55-inch smart TV. Don't forget it's the Super Bowl next weekend.
The pictures are hard to open into the snake. That goes in the next slowly first. And they're dry. They're not slimy or anything.
No, they're not. They're just smooth as silk. It's like when you just shave your face, how smooth it is. That's what it is.
Give me a proud face.
Look at that snake now.
Oh?
Alright, I'm done. I can't.
They don't differentiate between body parts. They don't treat your head or your arm any different than any other part. It's not like it's going to go around your neck and squeeze you. The only way you could really make this snake squeeze, one, is it only uses constriction to kill food. But if he's holding on to the snake, and I tried to pull the snake off him, a snake would feel like it was going to
Yeah,
fall.
I got enough
So then
that
it would panic.
we can
and it would
fill
just
the,
hang on to him so it didn't fall.
not the yearbook.
Restriction is only for killing food.
The
And it
weekly
bites first,
bulletin.
and then it wraps its coils around, and squeeze it until it stops breathing. Like I said, they don't differentiate between body parts. As far as the snake is concerned, he's just at the top of the tree, that's all. Now see, you two, you would be on a gurney by now, out of here, on a stretcher by now. The cool thing is, snakes don't sense fear, so he could be peeing himself, and the snake couldn't tell, so that's good. Snake, you don't want to touch him with your hands any more than you have to. Because this is one of the world's most dangerous rattlesnakes. It's got the most toxic venom of any rattlesnake. And she's never in a good mood.
He didn't have one of those, but he had something else.
He had a cobra the year before last, but it wasn't a king cobra.
He had one with a hood. That's a cobra, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Back up. I'm backing up. If they have a triangle.
The Eastern Diamondback is the largest rattlesnake in the world. This rattlesnake is probably 6 feet, but a big female, she's a female. A big female can be 8 or 9. I'm going to see if I can get a hold of her head here to show you. The fangs fold up in the roof of the mouth, okay? And if you see the size of her head, if she gets a hold of you, she's going to give you an awfully big dose of venom. Eastern Diamondbacks have different venom than rattlesnakes. Most rattlesnakes have venom. Just a minute. Most rattlesnakes have venom that just does tissue damage. This rattlesnake actually has neurotoxic venom. So when you're bitten by her, eventually you're going to go into cardiac arrest. Where most snakes are just going to have a bad wound, you're going to have to go to the hospital and have what's called a fasciotomy. This one here, you're going to have to get medical help almost immediately. If you wait too long after being bitten by an Eastern Diamondback, you probably have 30 to 40 minutes before you go into full neurotoxic shock, and then you go into a heart attack. So this is a snake you can't mess with. This snake actually showed up in New York all the way from Kentucky. She came in on a tractor trailer and I rescued her from like a residential house. Now you can see that's her warning device. When you hear that noise, the first thing you do is stop. If you're hiking somewhere and you hear that rattling noise, the first thing you do is just stop and figure out where she is before you go walking into the bushes. Okay? Yes.
No.
She's not a bad snake. Rattlesnakes aren't bad snakes. They're just snakes you got to be careful around. We're pretty lucky. We don't have a lot of rattlesnakes in New York. There are a few. But the Eastern Diamondback, you don't start seeing this until you get like down below Virginia. She's more of a southern snake. Yep. Yep. We don't have any snakes.
No wild snakes.
Got quite a bit of selection up there.
Thanks for watching the 2023 Sportsman.
If someone from Holy Cross can set me up a couple of door prizes,